In today's video, I want to take you guys through a plethora of newly announced PlayStation 4 titles, including a Ragnarok-themed open-world RPG, that being in Norse mythology, so that looks pretty cool. Vertical platformer roguelite in Rising Hell is coming to the PS4 this summer, and we got a brand new point-and-click game in When the Past Was Around. That game looks rather good, and that'll be coming to PS4 this summer as well. We'll talk all of that. Also, THQ Nordic's parent company, Embracer, is setting themselves up to have a ton of games in development. I want to go over some details about that group because they've got a lot of publishers under their belt, and they look like they're going to be acquiring more, so that 118 games that they've got in development, that's probably only the beginning. And lastly, we have some new details on NGPX, New Game Plus Expo. A lot of developers and publishers will be a part of that to showcase newly announced titles and gameplay of existingly announced titles. We'll go over all of that. More on that at the end of this video. First of all, NetEase Games announces Norse mythology-themed open-world adventure game Project Ragnarok for consoles, PC, and get this, iOS and Android. We saw some gameplay of the title. If they can push this on iOS and Android, I know phones are getting pretty fancy now, but that would be rather impressive. Maybe it will be a dialed-down version of the game. NetEase Games has announced Project Ragnarok, an open-world adventure game based on Norse mythology. It'll be available for consoles, PC, iOS, and Android. The game itself was built upon the concept of being able to play the same game across all platforms, and according to GamerSky, NetEase Games established an international team that spent over 2 years on research and development to do so. The player, you take on the role of a hero summoned to the world to stop the destruction of Ragnarok. Along the way, the player will explore dangerous deserts, forgotten caves, ancient forests, and fantasy city-states, do business with dwarves, follow the trail of the sinister people without faces, and uncover the truth of Ragnarok. The official description notes Project Ragnarok is an open-world adventure game based on Norse mythology that will be available for all platforms. Under the doomsday prophecy of Ragnarok, the title will tell the fated struggle of 9 individual races fighting against destruction and guarding their homeland in a world of dragons and giants. Based on the description of the game, I imagine that this will be released on PlayStation 5 as well. They do have an announcement gameplay trailer up. It's around 30 seconds long, but it does give us some gameplay footage, and visually, the game does look quite stunning. We'll see how that ultimately does translate into its full release, because you know how trailers are and things of that nature. We've seen Killzone 2, and if I've lived through Killzone 2, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical with every gameplay trailer that is dropped. That wasn't even really a gameplay trailer with Killzone 2. Nevertheless, Project Ragnarok does look rather interesting, and we'll be keeping an eye on it as we get closer to its release. Probably won't be dropping for quite a while, but still a game to keep your eyes on. Again, based on the description, I do imagine it's going to be PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, maybe even Nintendo Switch if they can get it on iOS and Android. I don't see Switch being that big of an issue, and again, they do note their idea is to get the game on all platforms. Alright, next up we have the vertical platformer roguelite Rising Hell coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch this summer. Console version is being handled by Chorus Worldwide, and they will release vertical platformer Rising Hell from Toge Productions, another indie and Mojiken studio, for PS4, X1, and Switch this summer, the latest issue of Famitsu magazine revealed. The game is currently available as a Steam Early Access title, and it was received quite well, even though a lot of people didn't check it out. 46 Steam user reviews, 91% of those reviews are positive, so that bodes a pretty good picture for this title. It's a vertical platformer roguelite filled with adrenaline-pumping action and tons of heavy gothic metal shreds. Climb out from the ever-changing hell while you fight hordes of blood-lusting demons. Heavy metal riffs and pixelated madness will accompany you as you fight your way out from the depths of fiery hell, facing the bug-ridden Beelzebub's lair and other pits of hell with different creatures, bosses, and living traps lurking around. Chaining combos, jumping maneuvers, and talent building will be the key to help you climb your way out of hell in this adrenaline-pumping vertical platform. It's a vertical roguelite. Climb out of the ever-changing procedurally generated hell while they ever-present threat of permadeath fills your veins with adrenaline. Epic boss battles, slay gigantic ancient demons such as dragon, and many more. Multiple game modes, choose between campaign and challenge mode, complete with its own leaderboards, unlockable characters as well. Play and unlock different characters that will give you a variety of different playstyles and strategies. Game is again available as an early access title, and it will be making the transition to PS4, X1, and Switch this summer. As far as pricing goes, the game is $9.99 in early access. As I've mentioned before, generally speaking with early access games, they do tend to go up in price after the early access period concludes, and they did note in the early access page page, will the game be priced differently during and after the early access period? They noted, we appreciate early backers and supporters, therefore the game will be cheaper during its stay in early access. We'll evaluate the pricing regularly as the game gains features and moves closer towards full release. The game's price will be increased when the game graduates out of early access. So who knows what the pricing is going to be, maybe $14.99, maybe $19.99, but as far as 2D action titles go, this one has a cool look to it, and I did want to give it a mention. And lastly, we've got the point-and-click adventure game When the Past Was Around. That's coming to PS4 this summer, and it was noted that the console version is around 60% complete. It's also coming to X1 and Nintendo Switch. This one's got a really cool look to it, an art style that I don't see present in a lot of other games, and I don't even really know how to describe it. You just have to see it for yourself, but it looks rather interesting. When the Past Was Around is an adventure point-and-click game about love, moving on, letting go, and the joy and pain of everything in between. So it's going for definitely some thought-provoking elements and storytelling beats. When the Past Was Around, again, is an adventure point-and-click game. It's the story of Edda, a girl in her early 20s. Like anyone her age, she's lost. She lost her way in the journey to achieve her dream. She lost her way in the journey to find love, that until she met the owl. The man would help her burn her passion, the man that would help her find the spark in a relationship, and also the man that would teach her about heartbreak. The game tells a bittersweet tale about a girl and her lover in a surreal world consisting of disjointed rooms from memories and time. With each gathered clue, solve puzzles, and unlock door, the girl will find her way, unraveling the secrets between her and her lover, the secrets which she used to know. Personal and ubiquitous, it's a game about overcoming the past and finding the self. Open the treasure chest, drink tea, doing laundry, various puzzles to solve, and many mysteries to uncover in everyday familiar objects and activity. A sweet and whimsical journey set in a series of hand-drawn, down-to-earth setting. Atmospheric violin music will accompany you from the peaceful days to the angstiest moments. Again, if you're a fan of point-and-click titles, games that are a little bit more story-driven, games that are a little bit on the thought-provoking side, this is something that should definitely be up your alley. And again, from a visual standpoint, it's something so unique that I feel like a lot of people are just going to be immediately captivated on that end. Whatever the case may be, it will be dropping on the PlayStation 4 this summer, so be on the lookout for that because it's shaping up quite nicely. Alright, moving on from that, THQ Nordic's parent company in the Embracer Group, they've got a lot of publishers under their belt, including THQ Nordic, Koch Media, Deep Silver, and much more. You want to guess how many games they have in development in totality under their publishing group? A whopping 118 games that are currently in development. That is ridiculous. Now, THQ Nordic has just been going off in getting these games that are kind of classic IPs. We're seeing it with SpongeBob. We're seeing it with games like Red Faction, although they did give up the Red Faction IP. I believe they still have the Kingdoms of Amalur IP. So God, I'm going to say it every time when I talk about THQ Nordic and Embracer Group in general. Where is my Kingdoms of Amalur remaster? I'm telling you guys, it's going to sell really, really well if you do it. Just make it happen and then give me my Kingdoms of Amalur 2. I know KOA 1 put a studio out of business, but still, it was a fantastic game, and I really want to see a follow-up. Nevertheless, 118 games across THQ Nordic, Handy Games, Deep Silver, Ravenscourt, Coffee Stain Studios, Milestone SRL, Saber Interactive, and again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Embracer Group has raised a further $1.6 billion for more acquisitions, noted by WCCF Tech. So those 118 games, man, that's going to increase tenfold very, very quickly. Maybe tenfold is a little bit too high. Nevertheless, they've got a lot of studios under their umbrella right now, and it seems like they are all in the video game industry, and they are going to try to make as many games as possible. They're very interesting in the sense that I don't think they're a studio that is eyeing to make every game be a 10 out of 10. Maybe they're not a Rockstar that is looking for absolute perfection out of every game. Maybe even that will be a little bit of a controversial statement, but I feel like Rockstar does put a level of attention to detail that does require their games a long time to be in development. Not to say their games are bad by any means, but you're getting kind of off-the-wall games, remasters of games that not everybody was asking for. I don't think everybody was asking for a Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition. I don't think everybody was asking for Destroy All Humans, although some people may have been. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, like, it came a little bit out of left field, but man, I appreciate it. I am all on board with interesting games like that, games that I was not expecting to see released. And hey, if it's not the biggest investment from a financial standpoint in getting these games on the market, and they don't have to sell, you know, north of 1 million, 2 million, 3 million copies to be successful, more power to you. We saw with Darksiders 3. Darksiders 3 was not the best game in the world. It was okay. I personally kind of dug it. However, it was a game that in a lot of instances, maybe financially it wouldn't have been a big success, but the game broke even rather quickly, so more power to them. They're doing well for themselves, and it seems like they have a business model that is doing rather well, so again, more power to them. Lastly, I do want to note NGPX New Game Plus Expo is going to be happening, and it will be introducing a lot of games from a variety of different developers and publishers. June 23rd, 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 17 CEST. Watch live exclusively at Twitch. You can follow the event on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Some of the developers that are going to be there: Tecmo Koei, Arc System Works, Axis Games, you've got NIS America, Sega, Atlas, SNK, Spike Chunsoft, Grasshopper Manufacturer, WayForward, and a couple more on top of that. Arc System Works, I believe, are working on the new Guilty Gear title. Sega always has a lot of things under their belt. I don't know what they're working on. Vanquish 2, crossing my fingers for that. Alright, that's probably not going to happen, let's be real. NIS America, let's see what localizations they've got under their belt. Atlas, maybe we can get a Persona 5 Royal port on other platforms. I know it's a PS4 exclusive at this point, but I really think that game should be on other platforms. Persona Scramble, not really what I'm all about at this point. Game looks okay, but not necessarily what I want to see out of Atlas, but hopefully we get some cool announcements at this event. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, a plethora of new PS4 games revealed. We've got an open world Norse mythology based RPG. We've got a pretty cool vertical 2D action title. We've got a really cool point and click adventure game that has a fantastic art style, and THQ Nordic parent company and Embracer Group has an obscene amount of games in development. New Game Plus Expo, another big event happening this summer. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.